Some players always seem to be in the right place. The shuttle goes wide and they're already moving. You go for a sharp cross court and they were already there. You watch them and think they're just faster or more athletic or lucky. That's not what's happening. They're reading the shot before it happens. Not guessing, reading. Here's the fix. There's a specific set of signals every player gives away before they hit the shuttle. Signals that tell you the direction, the pace, and sometimes even the shot type. Once you train your eyes to see them, badminton starts to feel like you have a half second more than everyone else. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 of them ready to use in your next session. 1. Stop watching the shuttle and start watching the racket. This goes against what you've probably always been told. Watch the shuttle, track the shuttle, eyes on the shuttle. That advice is correct up to a point. Once the shuttle leaves your racket and crosses to your opponent's side, tracking it with your eyes gives you almost no useful information. You already know roughly where it's going. By the time it's left their strings and you've started processing the direction, you're already late. The window that matters is the moment before contact. That's when your eyes should be on their racket face, not the shuttle. An open racket face angled upward almost always sends the shuttle high, a clear or a lift. A closed square face keeps it low and fast, a drive or a smash. Players who always seem to be in the right place shifted their gaze from the shuttle to the racket at exactly the right moment. Start practicing this in your next session. The moment your opponent begins their swing, move your eyes to the racket face instead of following the shuttle's path. It'll feel uncomfortable the first few times. Stay with it. 2. Their feet and weight tell you what's coming. The racket face is the strongest signal, but for fast shots, drives, smashes, anything hit close to the body, you won't always have time to read the racket in detail. That's when you read the feet. Weight loaded on the back foot, body leaning away from the shuttle, almost always means a defensive shot, a lift, or a clear. They physically can't generate an attacking motion from that position. Weight forward, front foot planted toward the net is the setup for an attacking shot, a net kill, or a steep drop. The body is already pointed there, and the shot follows the body. Neither rule applies every single time. Advanced players mix it up deliberately, but at a recreational level, the correlation between weight distribution and shot type is high enough that reading it in the last half second before contact moves you toward the right zone more often than not. 3. Everyone has a pattern on important points. No player plays randomly under pressure. Every single player, regardless of level, defaults to the shot they trust most when the score gets tight, the smash they've hit 1,000 times, the direction they always go when they need a clean point. The first few points of a game are the most valuable information you'll ever get about an opponent. Not because those points matter yet, but because the patterns are running unguarded before your opponent is thinking carefully about mixing things up. On serve, do they always go short and tight, or do they flick long when it matters? When you push them wide, do they attack the return or play it safe back to center? These patterns exist in almost every player. The shot that beats you at 19 to 18 was probably there at 3 to 2 too. You just weren't collecting the data yet. Spend the first few points of your next match gathering information as much as competing. If this is helping, hitting subscribe right now actually goes a long way for a channel this size. 4. Racket preparation height tells you the shot before contact. This one gives you time you didn't know you had. A racket drawn high, above the shoulder, with the elbow up, almost always produces an attacking shot, a smash, or a fast clear. There's power being loaded into that position. A racket kept low and close to the body, prepared quickly with minimal backswing, usually means a net shot or a soft drop. There's no room in that preparation to generate real pace. The moment you can identify which category the incoming shot belongs to while your opponent is still preparing, before they've even made contact, you've added a fraction of a second to your entire reaction chain. That fraction of a second is enough to take one extra recovery step, get lower for a net shot, or get your weight back early for a smash. It takes a few sessions to start reading this reliably, but once it clicks, you'll wonder how you ever reacted without it. 5. Watch where they look, not just where they stand. This is the most advanced signal in this video, but it produces the most dramatic results once you train it in. In the fraction of a second before they swing, most players glance briefly at their target. It's involuntary, the same thing you probably do without noticing. That quick glance, even at recreational speed, even mid-rally, is almost always consistent with where the shuttle ends up going. The eyes go where the intention is. If you catch that glance in the moment before the swing starts, you've read the shot before it's even been hit. This isn't something you can focus on for every single shuttle. The processing load is too high. But in the moments that matter most, game point, a player you've been struggling to read all match, catching one glance can shift the entire point. Train it by watching your practice partner's face during rallies instead of their racket. You'll catch the glance in your peripheral vision, and over time, the habit sharpens on its own. So there they are, 5 signals that tell you where the shuttle is going before it gets there. Watch the racket face instead of the shuttle. Read their feet and wait. Collect their patterns early in the match. Read the preparation height and catch the glance before the swing even starts. None of these feel natural at first. All of them become automatic with deliberate practice. Pick the one that feels most accessible right now and take it into your very next session. Just that one, and see what it changes. Drop a comment telling me which signal you're going to start training. Subscribe for more like this. See you in the next one.